Hey guys, so I know I haven't filmed a video in so long, but I really want to get back into it. It's one of my 2016 resolutions. I really want to build up my YouTube channel and just really make it grow, and I want to share so many products with you guys as well as tutorials. I promise I'm going to get there. I had a Canon Rebel T3i and I loved it. It was what I used to film my videos previous to this one, and I actually accidentally ended up running over it. It's a long story, but long story short, my best friend Becca actually bought me this camera, which is the Sony A6000, not A6000, A5100, and I love it. It's perfect. It's the only thing I use to take my Instagram pictures and my makeup pictures and everything like that. I don't know how the video is going to be. So far it looks okay, but this is the first time filming a video on this one, so we'll see how it goes when I edit, and I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine because it's such a great camera and I'm really happy with it. So I guess that'll be my first favorite. So this video, it's not really a monthly favorite or a yearly favorite, it's just an updated Holy Grail favorites. What have I really been using in the past several months that I haven't been filming, that I haven't been chatting with you guys? I'll mention some of these products in my makeup details on my Instagram photos, and sometimes I'll write a little blurb about it if I really love it, but I want to have a sit down chat about why I love these products and what they do for me, and hopefully you guys have been using some of them. If not, then maybe you can check them out and see if they work for you as well. So why don't we just go ahead and hop right into the video. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the biggest thing that I see here, which is my Z palette. I got this one from makeupgeek.com. They have a good variety of small, medium, large, and maybe extra large Z palettes. This is the large. I have two of these, and I just pop all of my single eyeshadows in here. So in here I have Anastasia, Makeup Geek, and this is MAC Uninterrupted, and I have some of their foiled shadows. This is a duochrome shadow from Makeup Geek, and I just love this. It's just so handy. This is what I would call like a life palette. Like, this is what I use like on a daily basis to do my makeup. This is the first thing that I pull out, and it has just all of my favorite shadows. You can tell that I really love those neutral browns, obviously, but yeah, so I just pop everything in here. Makeup Geek sells their single shadows for about $7 to $6. Very affordable, but amazing quality. So if you haven't checked out Makeup Geek, check them out. They're pretty much all I use, and recently I've jumped on the Anastasia bandwagon, though theirs are a little more expensive. I think they're around the $12 mark, $10 mark, something like that. And those are some of the deeper browns that I have here, but again, pigment is amazing. I absolutely love it. So this is just very convenient for me to use on a daily basis. Whenever I use my makeup, I just pull this thing out, and I absolutely love it. I even put one of the Makeup Geek blushes. This one is in Spellbound. Yeah, it's just a perfect pink. Okay, so next, moving on to face. I've been loving this Lorac Pro Contour palette. This is what it looks like, just 3 highlight shades and 3 contour shades. This is really the only contour shade that I use, and I really love it. It's what I'm wearing today for my contour, and I use it in conjunction with the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I feel like this one, it's very powdery, and sometimes I feel like it's a little bit difficult to kind of blend out because there's so much powder, and I'll use the Hoola one to go in and add some more depth and contour to just bronze up the skin, and just make it look a little bit more alive, have more definition, if you know what I mean. So I've really been loving this, and let me show you the brush that I use. So this is the brush that I use with the contour palette. It's the Sigma F40, and I like it because it's angled, but there's still a good amount of density in the brush here, so I can just get in the hollows of my cheekbones and just blend everything out, and I feel like it just looks absolutely amazing. So yeah, I would really recommend this one. If you're still looking for a good contour brush, I think this one really does the job. Okay, let's talk about lashes. Oh my goodness, let me grab another one right here. I've been going crazy for lashes. They say that once you start wearing falsies, you never stop, and it's really true. When I put on mascara now, I'm like, where are the lashes? So anyway, some of my favorites are this one by New Balance. These are the Bella lashes. They're 3D mink lashes, which just means that they're layered on top of each other and they're just very wispy and full. So they give your eyes that whole, you know, wide-eyed effect, which I absolutely love. And with the makeup looks that I do that are a little more dramatic sometimes, I feel like nothing pulls it all together than a perfect false lash. So these are the Bellas. This is what they look like, and they're just very full, they're very beautiful, and I absolutely love them on. I have a discount code for 20% off, which is just Tiffany, Tiffany, and you can use that on their site, and I'll link it down below as well as the site to where to buy these. And some of my other favorites are the Lily lashes, and this one is in Mykonos, and this is what it looks like. Obviously you can tell I really love this style of that wispy full lash. It's just absolutely amazing. These are very similar to the Bellas. Lily Lashes also does another one that I love called Miami, and those are just very, very nice. Not as full and wispy, but they're still absolutely gorgeous and open up the eyes really nicely. My last favorites I want to mention are from L'Amour Mink lashes. I'll also link these down below with the Lily lashes and the New Balance ones. I love this company. This one, I'm wearing actually some of them right now. The ones that I love the most are Armani lashes. I'm gonna link everything down below. I like Armani and I like Paris and Isabel. I've posted several looks with those lashes on my Instagram page, and I'll link some of the photos so you can kind of have like a little bit of comparison. Okay, moving on. The only foundation that I've been using, the only one for the past, oh my goodness, I don't even know, possibly the past year, has been the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible Foundation, and I'm in the shade 105 Natural Beige. This is my third tube, or third or fourth. The first time I got my shade wrong, so I didn't use up the first one. I think I returned it, but this is probably my second or third tube. I completely finished the first, the previous one to this, and I never finish foundations. I never finish any product unless it's really like a ride or die product for me. So this is really good, but I should warn you, it is a matte foundation, so oily combination, oily skin people would probably love it. If you're more on the dry side, I would find something a little more dewy, like the L'Oreal True Match if you want to stick to drugstore, and I know that high end has a lot of really great dewy foundations that are out. Makeup Forever HD, yeah. Okay, let's talk brows. So I did a brow tutorial a few videos back from this one, and I've been doing them a little bit differently. I found this little technique that really helps. So I'll put on the clear brow gel, so on my bare brow I'll coat it with clear brow gel, and then I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Dip Brow with an angled brush and just kind of fill it out and draw little draw little thin hair-like strokes, and then go in with the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I use the shade Ebony. And what I do with this is, because I have very sparse, thin brows, I have barely no brows. This is all pretty much filled in, and I like doing it, and I'll just kind of draw little hair-like strokes where it grows and just kind of fill it in and give it a little more dimension. I picked up the Anastasia Brow Definer. This is their new product. It's kind of like a big angled brow wiz. This is what it looks like. Oh no, it got a little crumbled right there. But as you can see, it is angled. That's what it looks like. And I think it's for people who might have thicker brows, so you can kind of fill it in a little bit more and not take as much time than the Brow Wiz takes. And then it has the spoolie on the other side, so that's what that looks like. So yeah, I've been loving that for my brow routine, and that's really helped give it more definition and more of a fuller look than if I just left it bare, which would be just really sad. Okay, let's talk highlighters. So I've been loving the Anastasia Illuminator in So Hollywood. This is what it looks like. Why don't I swatch it for you guys? Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's just absolutely stunning. It's like a golden beige highlight. It's amazing. It's what I'm wearing right now, and I always like to combine it with the Laura Geller Gilded Honey, which gives off the same effects. They're very similar in color. They're very, very similar. This one's So Hollywood. This one's Laura Geller Gilded Honey. I feel like Gilded Honey has a little more of that honey, warm, rosy gold tone, while this one may be a little bit more cool golden on the beige side, but both of them together are absolutely gorgeous. And a little tip that I like to do is I'll use this brush, which is the Anastasia A23 highlighter brush that came out with the illuminators. I spritz it with a little bit of Fix Plus, so I'll spritz the brush a little bit and then go in and dab it and then apply it. And make sure you don't get it too damp, because then you can kind of move around your foundation and it can leave some harsh lines. Make sure you just spritz it a little bit, dab it in, and then just kind of go in and blend it out. And then I'll do that a few times until I get the desired intensity that I want. And that's been a little technique that I've been doing with the highlighters, and I've been loving it. Okay, moving on to blushes. I recently found this at Sephora. It's the Sephora brand, Sephora Collection blush in Passionate N23. So this is just a very nice shimmery, it's not extremely shimmery, but it's more on the satin side. It's a nice peachy pink blush, and I love peach. I feel like it brings out my skin tone really well. Before that, the blush I would use every single day is this Holy Grail Tarte Captivating blush. It's one of their Amazonian Clay 12-hour blushes, and I love this color. This color is amazing, but for some reason I feel like they don't stay the entire day on me, even though they're supposed to be long-lasting and 12-hour wear. I don't know why, but this Sephora blush has lasted me pretty much all day until I take my makeup off, and I don't know why, but I love it. And with the price comparison, I would definitely check this one out. I think it was $14 and this one is like $26 or $28. So yeah, I'll still use this because I love it, and I have some other Tarte blushes and I love them so much. The colors are amazing, but this one just seems to last a little longer on me. So yeah, I'm really happy to have found that. Okay, let's move on to mascara. I believe it was Jaclyn Hill, and then I also watched Young, Wild, and Polished Nicole rave about this MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. And this is specifically, or what they used or recommended, was to use specifically on your lower lash line. So a lower lash mascara, which I understand can be a little high maintenance, but I think it's great because I have, like I said, I have very sparse, thin, small lashes, and same on the lower lash line. Like if I don't put any mascara or anything on it, or even if I do, you can barely even see them. So I wanted to find a mascara that would kind of help bring them out while still, you know, giving them definition, and also works on the upper lashes, of course. So this is the Wand, and you can kind of tell why it's so good for the lower lash line is because it's elongated. It's very thin, so it's not going to give you a huge, you know, panda eye on your lower lash line or anything like that, but you can get right in there and get every single lash. And that little tip, you can kind of go in and get those inner lashes that may be difficult to do with a thicker upper mascara wand. So it does take a little more time to reach for maybe 2 mascaras in the morning, but if you are looking for a good lower lash mascara, I really do recommend this one, the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. Okay, I have to mention this felt tip liner that I've been absolutely loving from Kat Von D. This is the tattoo liner in the shade Trooper, which is just black. This is a felt tip, and I love felt tips over different gel pot liners or anything like that. I just feel like it's so easy for me. I can just kind of swipe it on, and I've kind of gotten in the routine of using it, so I love it. And it is very black, so that's what it looks like. It can give you a thicker thicker line if you wanted to, or a very, very thin line. So that's what I love about it, is you can kind of build the intensity. I love doing winged liner, and with false lashes sometimes I want to hide the band when I'm doing close-up makeup shots. So what I'll do is I'll put on my lashes, and then once the glue dries, I'll kind of go in really carefully and just line that band right on the lash line on my lid. Your liner has to be really precise in order to do that, and this gives the perfectest, that's not a word, the most perfect thin, precise line to do that with. So I've been absolutely loving it. Okay, we're getting down to the bottom two. I've been using the Laura Mercier translucent powder to bake, and baking is pretty much just leaving a translucent powder on your face for a little bit and then brushing it off in order to highlight some areas. So the only thing I do is I'll do it right underneath my contour line right here, just to kind of give it some dimension. I don't do it all the time, but when I do, I like going in with the Laura Mercier powder. I love to use the e.l.f. tapered blush brush. It's called the blush brush. It's just a very tapered, nice tulip effect, and I've had this brush for years. I'm telling you, e.l.f. does some amazing, amazing brushes. Let me grab these two for you guys. This is the e.l.f. stipple brush, and this is the e.l.f. kabuki brush. Oh my goodness, these brushes, I'm telling you, don't overlook e.l.f. just because they're more affordable. They do make some really high quality products. So I really recommend this one for setting the under eyes and putting on the bakage, the powder, and then I'll use this one to brush it off. And for this, what I do when I'm done with blush and highlight and contour, I'll kind of use it to just kind of mix them lightly together to kind of give it a more blended effect. And lastly, I just want to mention, I know I mentioned this before about the highlighting, but I love to use Fix Plus to just spritz my makeup and just kind of give it, I feel like this just adds the perfect finishing touch when you're done with your makeup. If you have any like more cakey areas from powder, this just sets it down. I feel like the best way to explain this is, if you think about Photoshop, you have layers on layers on layers on layers on one image. What this does, it presses all of the layers together to just give a smooth, flawless effect, and it just does an amazing job. I always finish up my makeup with this. I use it to spritz on my highlighters or pigments to give it more color, and I think it's really worth the price. I actually just bought a full size of this and I lost it and I had to buy it again. I was like, why? But it's not too bad. I believe it's $22, which, you know, for a finishing spray, it's like, oh, but it really does work. So if you haven't tried this, I recommend really looking into getting this or testing it out. They even have the mini one for $10. So I bought two of those before I finally bit the bullet and just bought this full one. So yeah, so those are my holy grail products for the past few months. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, or if you have requests for future videos. I really want to get into making YouTube videos for you guys. I'm always on Instagram and I'm always posting, but I feel like there's some certain tutorials or looks or products that you guys want me to kind of expand on, and what better platform to do that than YouTube. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see more videos, and yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys later and have a wonderful day. Bye.